Uh, my name is Omo Nyame for all those that wanna know. Got a YouTube stepping Insta that I named the Omo Show, where I clearly spit the flow, show you around the life I chose. So add me if you wanna see how far the story goes.
Peace, family. Welcome to the Omo Show. I'm Omo, the Afrocentric creatress, here to raise the vibrations of the entire Black nation. And as promised, I'm here with a Real Talk Tuesdays video, which I haven't done in forever. Just to let y'all know kind of where I'm at with it. I'm more so going to move my Real Talk Tuesdays to be more so a time that I talk directly to our community about some real issues that we need to fix within our community, because I think so many times when we're thinking about revolution or Black empowerment in general, as it stands in our current society, many times we don't want to critique ourselves and the things that we need to actually address within our own communities. And while we are addressing the man, we also need to be addressing each other and making sure that we're keeping each other accountable to be the best that we can for one another. So, with that being said, as y'all can see from the title, this video is about pedophilia within the Black community. Topic that came up, at least in a sense of urgency, because I was just watching Roxanne yesterday on Netflix, and not that really had so much to do with pedophilia, but the fact that she was dating an older man who was looking at her when she was a 14-year-old girl. For those who didn't see the movie, this is just the idea of Black man, older man, looking at a 14-year-old girl as if she's not a child. And I could really connect with that because growing up, and I think that many of my Black women, we can connect to this. Growing up, no matter how old a man was, if I was walking past and I was by myself, or even if I was with my friends and we were all ladies, being 12, 13, 14, whenever I started to go through puberty and I looked like, I guess, a young lady, you know, I won't even say a young woman, but looking like a young lady, getting a little bit of breasts, getting a little bit of hips, getting a little bit of butt, you know, those kind of things. Ever since I started to mature in my face, I couldn't walk past a group of men, no matter how old they were, without them saying something, you know, hey baby, anything. And I feel like so many of us Black women, especially as little girls, because at 13, 14, I still, 15, 16, 17, it doesn't matter, I was a little girl. The fact that we don't even like to walk past a crowd of Black men, because no matter if he 50, if he 40, 30, however old he is, it's that likelihood, that big likelihood that when you walk past, he's going to try to speak to you, or they are going to try to speak to you, if not try to put their hands on you, because many of us have been in sexual abusive relationships or had situations that happened to us, which is a whole nother thing that I can speak on behalf of myself. Though I wasn't physically raped by an older man when I was a child, there was a man, an older man, and even a few, I could say, who tried stuff with me as a kid, being 13, 14, 15 years old, who were left to guardian me. You know, I might be at a friend's house and her friend's mom's boyfriend is there to guardian us, which many of us can relate to on different levels. And I'm not trying to necessarily trigger anybody, but I do want this to be a matter of discussion that we really, really have, because it's a problem that I can't be at my friend's house without fearing that my friend's mom's boyfriend or husband or whatever the situation may be will try something with me. And in my situation, he tried it. If I would have allowed it, he would have went for it. You know, something could have happened. But even in my 15-year-old body, thank God, I've always had the strength to stand on my own too and say no. So regardless, he tried something with me. He tried to open up my pants, to put his hands in my pants area to see if I would let him look inside. And and I moved his hand and I walked away. I've never spent the night at that house again. But the fact that so many of us can relate to the story that I'm telling, that's a problem. The fact that my story ain't even a worse story that there is because nothing happened is a problem. The fact that black women can't trust black men, the fact that black little girls, we learn to be afraid of you or to just, to have some type of distance towards you, even at the young age that we do. Because our entire life, or at least once we reach 12 years old on up, you've been looking at us sexually. And that kind of gets me on into the now. Like, yeah, that's pedophilia. Rape. Shit. I want to talk about rape within the black community, but I'm going to say that for another video because these topics are too heavy. and I got to speak on them separately. But regardless, that was when I was a child. And now that I'm older, it's funny because, of course, now that I'm grown, it's like I still hate walking towards groups of black men because of how my childhood went. The fact that I was sexualized even as a child, I know what to expect. Every time I walk past a group of black men, it's like, shit. I can't expect you to just say, peace, sis. It gotta be that extra shit. It gotta be, you trying to talk to me. Why? And not only that, I'm talking about pedophilia still. So let me just stay on that topic instead of just talking about how black men just stop always trying to talk to a black woman just because she's cute. But regardless, let's talk about pedophilia. So regardless, it's funny because now when that happens to me in my older age and a man will be 50, 40, however old years old, it's clear as day. Though I'm grown, I look like I'm over 18, maybe to some people not. You know if you too damn old for me. Just because I'm 18 plus does not mean that you being 45 or whatever, you should ever try to approach me. Like, I was still a child when you were born. I was still a child even 20 years ago when you was 20. I was just born. Like, to me, though I know that technically these men are not pedophiles anymore because I'm grown, I still feel like that's an issue. Why is it that older black men, why can't we feel secure around y'all? Why do we have to be afraid or distant or feel like, here you go again trying to talk to me? Because the way I really feel is that black men, at what point did older black men, and this is not all, because I surely have met older black brothers who understand they are my family. But at what point did black elders, because when you reach to be 40 plus, you become an elder when it comes to me. You feel me? Like, what point did they stop wanting to be an elder to younger black women and want to just be inside of a younger black woman? Like, at what point did it change for us being able to count on y'all to be our older father figures that we may or may not have? Because I don't. Why can't I just walk past a black man who's in his 50s, and when he say hey to me, why can't I be like, hey, with a smile on my face and not expect that he's going to now try to talk to me because I just smiled at him? Why can't it just be your younger sis or your younger daughter or however we should be perceived as? As far as familial, like, why can't you just perceive me as that? Why does it always have to be that extra stuff? Because now I'm looking for elders. I'm searching for black men who are setting positive examples in their community, and even the ones who are, to be honest, within this black power community or this black revolutionary community, even those who I'm like, yes, finally a black elder with some knowledge, and I'm up here trying to learn from him, and all he want to do is try to get on. Why? Like, just stop. Like, it's just, if you know you 40, you know you 50, you know you 60, it don't matter. If you know that you are so far removed from a specific woman's life trajectory, generation, if you know she was probably not born and you was still grown when she wasn't even alive, chances are you don't need to be trying to talk to her. You need to be, if anything, trying to uplift her and teach her things about the men that she's now dating that is in her age group, or at least maybe within the 10 age year bracket. At least that's at least as far as I'm going, at least right now. I don't go over 10 years past my own age. But regardless, I'm just saying, the pedophilia, the idea of young women being sexualized, whether I'm a young woman or whether I'm a little girl. If you know you are way past, if you my senior, just don't try to talk to me. I don't care. Just be there to be a support system, a black male figure, somebody that's positive. But when you were someone to me that say, I thought positively of you because you got knowledge and I might have been watching your videos, or I saw you out in public and you spitting that good stuff, I might have been attracted to you in that type of way, or I might have vibed with you, or I might have been influenced by you. And I thought so highly of you. And then I finally speak to you and I'm like, yeah, I'm excited as hell. I'm smiling at you. Woo, woo, yeah, woo. And then you hit me with that, you know, you trying to talk to me, or you say something about my body, or you say something about my looks. You ruined it. You ruined any relationship we could have possibly had that could have been positive. You ruined the idea of me just having black men in my life that could just be positive black men without wanting to get on, without sexualizing me. Just being my comrade, my counterpart. Can I have that? So yeah. Even though I'm grown, I still feel like it's pedophiles out here that be looking at me and I feel uncomfortable with it because you 50 years old. You was 25 when I was born. It's not okay. Like, it's okay to call me beautiful. It's okay for you to make sure that I recognize the beauty within. But that's about it. Don't try to get in. Don't try to get on. If anything, be telling me that because, like, let me recognize my beauty. And then from there, teach me on how I can attract men or keep a man or whatever, be with someone who actually recognizes that about me too. But that's not you, because you too damn old. So stop looking at little girls, black men, black women. If y'all can relate to this, please leave y'all comments below. I would greatly appreciate it, because I feel like a lot of times when I talk about black men or what they could be doing better within our community, and this is not to say the pedophilia only goes one way. It's not to say that only black men are the pedophiles within the black community, because that's not true. Which we're going to save that whole conversation for the rape within the black community video that I might do next Tuesday. But it's just to say that in my experience, I experience just way too many. It's way too often that I'm afraid to walk past a group of older black men or black men in general, just because of the sexualization that has went on towards me since I was a little girl. Black women, leave your comments, because as I was trying to say, I think sometimes some black men can be very dismissive or reject it, especially if they feel like it's only coming from one place, me. But maybe if y'all share y'all stories related to it, because I know for a fact I'm not alone, maybe they might listen. And for those who might not say nothing back, I know there are black men who watch my channel too. They are reading the comments. And we all need to grow together right now. Black men, feel free to comment as well. I'm not stopping you. But at the end of the day, this is a conversation about growth. I don't need nobody trying to get on my video and argue with me about some shit that I've experienced my entire life. You can't tell me that I'm wrong about this. You can't tell me that my sisters is wrong about this. This is what we have experienced. I've seen it for the past 25 years of my life, period. So, don't get on my video with anything but constructiveness. If there's anything else, your comment would be deleted, okay? So, that's my Real Talk Tuesdays. You know, that was something. It could have been a heavy filled conversation. I'm sorry if I trigger anybody, but we need to be saying the right things, man, to each other. So please share this video if you feel like others need to hear this information. comment, like, subscribe, do whatever, and also give me ideas or topics that you would like me to discuss more in depth, and I could possibly do that on a Tuesday or any other day that it fits. But other than that, y'all, that's it. Y'all already know. Peace, love, black power all day, every day, and no other way. Okay?